Hi everyone, welcome to the Online Accounting 202 summer session. This is Managerial Accounting. As you know, this class is completely online, so I've put together this brief video to introduce myself and to give you an overview of the course content as well as some important information about how this online class will work. So just a little bit about me and my background. My name is Danielle Runyon and I grew up in Owensboro, and I took several classes at OCTC many years ago now. I then went to the University of Kentucky where I studied accounting and Spanish. I spent a little bit of time after that working for a local public company, but left corporate America behind in 2019 and decided I really wanted to change my career path and pursue some things that I was more passionate about, like teaching and consulting. And I recently became a small business owner as well. My accounting background has really come in handy with all of that. So here's my plug for you all to keep studying accounting. It's one of those fields that translates to lots of different types of careers, whether you want to help other people or other businesses like I enjoy doing with consulting type work, or if you want to work for a large company and help make impactful financial decisions for them, or even run your own business one day. It's an extremely valuable field and skill to have. Enough of that. Let's talk about my goals for you all for Accounting 202. If you recall from Accounting 201, Financial Accounting, you learned the basic accounting concepts and how the transactions are recorded in the general ledger and eventually roll up into what becomes the financial statements. Do you all remember the main financial statements that you learned about in 201? The balance sheet, the income statement, the statement of owner's equity, and the statement of cash flows. Of course, there's more statements than that now, and they are called a variety of different names, but those are the basic ones. Now, in managerial accounting, as the name suggests, it's more about learning how management uses accounting information to make decisions. So in this course, you will actually learn how to use accounting data to analyze and solve problems. And that will allow you to make planning and control decisions for an organization. So what else is going on in managerial accounting? In simple terms, there's two high-level concepts that we're addressing with managerial accounting. First, we are getting to the truth. We mentioned problem solving earlier, right? So we're using financial data, sometimes combined with non-financial data, to perform analysis and problem solving in order to get answers to our questions. Again, think about it from management's perspective. If payroll expenses have gone up dramatically over the past 5 years, that would likely be something that management wants to know about. They would do some kind of analyses, probably using a variety of data points like headcount, pay raises, benefits, premiums, overtime hours, etc., to make sure that they understand why the expenses have increased. That is getting to the truth. Next is the concept of the future. Management needs not only to plan for the future, as in budgeting or forecasting financial information, but they also need to understand what the outcome is likely to be if they make specific changes or certain decisions. For example, doing a break-even analysis. This would be like, how many units do we need to sell in Q4 in order to break even? You're going to learn more about these concepts in this course. In Chapter 14, we will go in more detail about the concepts and principles of managerial accounting and learn the terminology, and you'll want to be familiar with this just as a foundation for the rest of this course to build upon. Then in Chapter 18, we'll be getting into the cost of inventory and the popular cost volume profit analysis. This is a very practical chapter, as this analysis is widely performed in the real world by companies all over the world, by managers and accountants. I mean, a lot of companies have specific employees or teams where that is their main responsibility. Like, that's their job title, is to be in charge of this type of analysis and inventory costing. And then Chapter 20 gets into profit and cost control through master budgets, and we'll talk about cash budgets as well, while chapter 21 will be more about flexible budgets, and we'll see how they're impacted by multiple variables. And then chapter 23 is about how to do the proper analysis to make decisions like, should we make this product or buy this product, which would be more cost effective. Appendix B, we're going to go through before we hit chapter 24, because Appendix B is about the time value of money, which is such an important concept in general, but especially to understand prior to getting into investment analysis and how capital budgeting and payback decisions are made. Let's switch gears and talk about some housekeeping and how the course is going to work. Generally, late assignments won't be allowed. The Connect website is set up such that it won't let you submit assignments after the specified due date. So if there are extenuating circumstances, then you need to reach out to me directly so that we can discuss. Similarly, there's a shortened time period allowed for the withdrawal policy in the summer sessions, so please just check your current calendar for the last allowable day to withdraw from the course. I do want to just warn you of the fact that there are 2 assignments during the first week of the course, Chapter 14 Smart Book and the homework exercises. These are due within the first week. There is a due date specified in Connect and on Blackboard. If you do not complete these by the due date specified, then I'm required to report you as a no-show and you would be dropped from the class. So please make sure that you pay attention to those due dates. I will send you a reminder, but make sure that you're getting at least those 2 assignments in. As students in this course, you need to make sure that you have a backup plan for any potential computer or internet problems, as this will not be an acceptable excuse to allow for extra time to complete assignment. You also should make sure that you're budgeting your time over the course of this semester. I again emphasize the fact that in these summer sessions, it's extremely important that you budget your time appropriately in order to complete all the assignments by the last day of the course. You'll notice on the Connect site that with the exception of those first 2 assignments that I mentioned earlier, every other assignment will have the same due date, which is the last day of the course. So please do not wait until the last week and try to fit everything in. It's just not feasible. I trust you to come up with an appropriate plan to get your assignments done during this summer online course in the time allowed. The book we'll be using is Financial and Managerial Accounting, the ebook, the same one that was used in Accounting 201. It's by Wild and Shaw and published by McGraw-Hill. The ebook comes with the course and you'll be able to access it via the Connect site. The physical book is not required for this course, but I did include the ISBN numbers on the syllabus if you did want to get the hard copy just to have it. But again, it's not required to have the hard copy. Okay, so I've laid out here on this slide the recommended approach for this online course. I highly recommend that you read the relevant chapters and watch any related videos available on Connect before you attempt the homework or the exam. Some of you may be familiar with Al Wallace, who used to teach all of the accounting courses, and he has some really great videos out there. I've carried some of those over so that you can use those. I highly recommend you watch those before attempting the assignments. For the homework exercises, you'll be allowed to attempt them as many times as you want, and there's no time limit on those. And only your highest score is recorded for each assignment. So if you're satisfied with your score after the first attempt, that's fine. You don't have to keep trying. Now with the exams, on the other hand, only 2 attempts will be allowed, and these are timed. So make sure that you're paying attention to the time limit given on each one. So what is your grade based on? Hopefully this is a pretty familiar method to you in terms of calculating your grade. It's simply your total points earned divided by the total points available for all assignments. Again, only the highest grade is recorded, so any attempts with a lower score for each assignment will not be captured at all. It's just thrown out. A 90% is the lowest A grade, 80% is the lowest B grade, and so on and so forth down the line. There's a full schedule of the corresponding letter grades in your syllabus. As I mentioned earlier, for this online course, you will be using Blackboard and the McGraw-Hill Connect site. Blackboard is really just used as a jumping off point for this course because all of the assignments will be linked directly to the Connect site, and that's where you will be completing and submitting the actual assignments. Now, all the due dates will be included in both websites. But as I mentioned before, the Connect site is set up such that it won't allow you to submit anything after the specified due date for each individual assignment. So just make sure that you're paying attention to the due dates and the times. I think for the most part, I've given you till the end of the day, that is 11:59 p.m. on the day that it's due, but also pay attention to the time zone. I know most of you are from the Owensboro campus in Central Time Zone, but not everyone is. I'm in Eastern Time Zone, so I know that mine shows up a little bit different. Just make sure you're paying attention to that as well. And note that there's not going to be any final exam for this course. Just follow along the layout that's in Connect. There's an exam for almost every chapter, and we're just going to be covering the chapters as they're laid out in the outline that we already discussed, and it's also laid out on your syllabus and on the Blackboard and Connect sites. If you do have any questions, please reach out to me directly. On this slide, I've copied an example of the screen from Blackboard. On the left, your screen will look a little bit different probably, but when you click on your first assignment from Blackboard, it will pull up the Connect site automatically. And if you don't already have an account, this is when you'll be asked to create an account and register. This is only a one-time thing. Going forward, you'll be taken directly to the individual assignment, and you won't have to register or sign in every time. When you do register initially, double check that the details of the course match your section of Accounting 202. Make sure it says the instructor is Danielle Runyon, and then just continue to input any information that it asks you to in order for you to register, and then you can access the course. If you do have any technical issues, I've included some resources at the end of the presentation as well as in the syllabus, and they're on the Blackboard site under the Help section. And you can always email me with questions as well, and I will do my best to help you or get you to the right person who can help you. From this point forward, you can access your assignments from Blackboard, which will take you to each corresponding assignment on Connect. When you complete the assignment on Connect, just hit submit, and then once you submit the assignment, you can click the button that says return to Blackboard, and it'll take you right back to Blackboard and start the process over again for the next assignment. The grades are recorded automatically on the Connect site. They don't always come over to Blackboard accurately, so don't worry about that if you notice a discrepancy between Blackboard and Connect. I only use the grades that are recorded on Connect. If you end up reviewing your grades on Connect and you have any questions on it, or if something looks wrong, please let me know. Or you can also contact the Connect technical team that I mentioned on the last slide with any questions. Remember that only the highest grade for each of your assignments gets recorded, and that's what will be reflected in Connect. As promised, here are the resources that you can reach out to if you do need any help, any technical help. For most of your technical questions, the Connect website technical support team will be your best bet. They're really helpful. I've actually used them on several occasions when I need help. Of course, you can always contact me as well, and I'll do my best to help you, or at least find someone who can help you if I don't know the answer. If you have any questions related to the actual content, like if you're stuck on a homework problem, for example, and the videos aren't helping you, then definitely reach out to me. Make sure that you send me a screenshot of the problem you're working on and give me as many details as you can, and I'll review it, and I'll get back to you within 24 to 48 hours, but realistically it'll be within 24 hours. Thank you, and look forward to hearing from you.